This is a great way to reduce the tone in your calves and improve your ankle mobility. So I'm lying on the ground here, the target leg is straight, the other one supporting. And again, we start with exploring what's going on where. Where do you feel tension? Where do you feel tenderness? How does it feel across those tissues of the calves? Now, when you find a tender spot, you're going to press and hold. Hold until the pain fades, which could be 10, 20, 30 seconds, even a minute. And then slowly re-explore or move to another point of tenderness. So trigger point where needed. Now let's add some stretching. So here we're pinning, so still pressing down into ball and then stretching that ankle into dorsiflexion. So this is a great way to get localized reduction in tone and pain, but also working on improving that mobility of the ankle. And add movement, any movement. Our feet and ankles don't just work in one direction. Adding circles as well as that pointing and flexing and seeing how that feels in the tissue under the ball. You might want to try this in any of those tender or tight spots in the calves, adding movement as well as trigger pointing. Remember, this shouldn't be painful. We want to be in that layer where it's a challenge, but you can breathe straight through it. And let's get releasing those peroneal muscles. And these are the muscles on the lateral or outer aspect of the lower leg. So we're going to place our ball down, and this time I'm positioning the outside of my leg onto the ball. And again, we're just exploring slow, controlled movement. What do you feel and where do you feel it? Now, when you find those areas that are particularly tender, you're going to simply press and hold. Gravity can be enough pressure here, or you can press a little harder. But what we're looking for here is for that pain level to drop, and that can take anywhere from a couple of seconds up to a minute. Now, add movement. When you've released those tender spots, now we want to work on increasing the range of motion through your ankle. So here I'm flexing my ankle and inverting my foot, getting a really nice stretch through that tissue. So we're simply pinning with the massage ball and then stretching. And you don't have to work in a specific plane here. I am, but also just doing some ankle circles can be really good here and stimulate some proprioceptive feedback for the foot and ankle too. So let's soften and desensitize those tissues in front of the shin. You're going to need a yoga block or books as well as your massage ball. And as you can see here, we're using that to elevate the ankle to allow us to move with ease. Exploring, finding the tender spots, pressing and holding. Hold until the pain fades. And don't forget, add movement. When that pain reduces, add flexion, extension, inversion, eversion, circles with the ankle. So stimulating this ease on movement is really important if we're looking to improve that dynamic mobility and that reducing that pain when we actually move. Explore, hold and repeat wherever it feels it needs it on the front of that shin and ankle. Here we're going to use a massage ball to get some mobility into the foot by working on the plantar fascia. So I want you to start by exploring your foot. I'm not pressing very hard here, but by moving slowly and with pressure, I can tell where my foot is tight or tender. Now, when you find those tender spots, I want you to press down lightly and hold until the pain fades. And this could be anywhere from 10 seconds to even a minute. So listen to your body. Move when the pain fades. Now, if there are parts of your foot that are feeling stiff or tender, then adding some pin and stretch is a lovely way to get a localized stretch into the tissue, helping to improve the mobility and again desensitize. Pin and stretch, getting a lovely stretch into the plantar fascia as well as those toe flexors.